Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Doing a
Yep.
sound check. Okay.
What's up, Nico? What's up,
Hey,
Amy?
Amy, Invisible, Nickel. Who else we got here? Uh, did I see anyone? Long Live Coins, Neil's
What's up,
Han
long
Dynasty,
live?
MR, OC Stacker. Welcome, everyone. Sorry for the voice. My allergies kicked my butt just before I got out of work. So, as I said in this thumbnail, this live stream is done with Frosty. Oh, look at that.
What's that?
Professor. Oh,
That's Doc Brown.
Yeah, Professor Brown.
Yeah, that's from when Great Scott did his thing. That's the little emoji I have on there. I'm doing something. I'll turn my camera on here in just a second.
No, did you see they're coming out with a fourth one?
It's sometime in the future, though, right?
It's Back to the Future.
No, I did not know that they were coming out with an additional one.
Yeah, evidently they're using some actor, which I'm going to assume is supposed to be Marty McFly's son or grandson. You know, and saw where they had a big applause coming on for the two main actors. This actor Christopher something, I can't remember, and oh my god, I'm having brain farts left and right. I am.
I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Okay. There's some trailers out there right now about Back to the Future 4. And from what I can tell, it looks like it's going to be some relative, son or grandson to Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox. And they have Professor Brown back, played by Christopher, whose last name escapes me. And they're going to be making a fourth movie, which I think is going to be pretty cool because I love that series.
Interesting. Yeah, it was a great series. Number 3 was kind of weird. Wasn't a huge fan. Dog World, $10 super sticker. Booyah. There's a lovely lady for you.
You're my number one fan. I always tell her that. I'm your number one fan. Sorry, I said it backwards. Thank you, OC Stacker, Christopher Lloyd. No, she's the greatest. Don't tell her I said that. It'll go to her head. But no, she's
Is that for me?
Yeah, I wish I could do that right now. My voice is shot, man. my last 2 days at the ER were rough. The hospital's air conditioning went out for both the ER and the OR. And they put in these little towers that were feeding hot air through these plastic tubes, if you will, up through the roof. They didn't do much to change the temperature. So, and then my allergies kicked up, and the heat made me start getting migraines. The first night was bad enough. The second night was even rougher. So it just kicked my butt. So the day after all my shifts, I spent laying in bed at the hotel I usually take the day off after. I don't travel right away because I shouldn't be on the road. But that one was rough. I just barely became awake long enough for a monthly meeting with Yankee with the lot of us, and we had a good time though. Then Tuesday I went to fly home, and I couldn't do anything. Frosty, only 3 months. Yeah, how about that? Amy Harrell's been a member for 2 months. Thank you, Amy and Frosty.
Tiger sounding rough, y'all. I think we need to. I think people need to be aware that you've offered this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up there. Add another 10 to that wonderful lady who started this off.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we talked about that. So what I was planning on doing is I'm going to take a page out of Yankee's book. So for every $100 super chat, I'll be throwing up an ounce of silver to give away. And I've got a few different options here. If I have to go further, which I don't think I will because I'm not as big as Yankee, I'll go ahead and add those in. And I'll let the person who wins pick what they want. Now, this isn't a traditional prospector because it has the splits in the back.
So Nickel says that September is the best month here. I'm trying to figure out if he's not aware that there's like 11 other months.
I don't even understand what he's trying to tell me yet.
Just kidding. What's happening tonight, Sorcerer Stan? What's going on? Just a general chit chat, see what's going on. Kind of plug into a couple conversations that have been had in the past. We've had some people want to know a little bit more about the sub that happened here a week or two ago. Maybe it's been a couple weeks already. Kind of what happens in that situation? Like, how do we find out that there's a sub so close? Or
are you talking about subscriber or submarine?
Like submarine, like the Russian sub that was that 200-mile mark, and then that group of ships that went into Cuba, slightly reminiscent of the Cuban Missile Crisis, the 60s. Been some question about that, so Tiger and I talked about that. We want to kind of have a little bit of discussion there.
Thank you, Amy, for the super chat.
Thanks, Amy, with the $5 super chat. That's awesome. We're a quarter away there, y'all. What's up, Brad V? How you doing, bud? Good to see you.
By the way, for every 50 likes, I'm going to add in 50 cents, 90%. You could have it as a half, 5 dimes, 2 quarters, or whatever works. Hey, Lisa Anderson, thank you for the super chat.
Hey, Lisa, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so we have subs watching their subs. We have ships watching their subs. They have ships watching our subs. We have planes watching their fleet. They have planes watching our fleet. It's battle games, man. This is just something that happens.
Planes watching our fleet.
It's cloak and dagger. It's, counterinsurgency. It's, you make a move, we counter it. It's the cat and mouse game that's been played forever. And it's just one of those things that, what was funny about it is everybody's freaking out. Oh my God, they're so close. Sorcerer Stan drops a $40 super chat. First time catching the Tiger live. Outstanding. Sorcerer Stan, that's awesome.
I'll need your help, Frosty. Where do I find what's been dropped in super chats?
So up at the top, you're going to have a little drop down where it says top chat.
Yeah.
And then underneath that, it says fan funding. If you click on fan funding, you'll see the super chats there. You'll see the member chats. You'll see all of that stuff there.
Where does it do the totals?
You have to total it up.
How does Yankee do it then?
Yankee has technology that tells him what he's got going on. I have it on mine. I just don't enable it because I don't push super chats.
Okay.
I've thought about doing it because, you get people like Sorcerer Stan, very generous. YouTube Me comes in very generous. Tiger comes in very generous, throwing stuff out there, doing that kind of stuff. So, really cool, outstanding stuff. So I've thought about doing it, but again, I'm more about the memberships and stuff. But so like right now, if you look at what's going on, we got 42, 47, 57, $67 right now in super chats, which is screaming. It's fabulous.
How about that? I didn't think that I could even do kind of like a Yankee thing.
Hey, there's a lot of gracious people out there wanting to help. You got some good silver out there. And, oh, Lisa, so here's the thing. And this is something that Tiger and I talk about. You guys will see it on my channel. This is something that definitely want to make sure people are aware of. Under no circumstance, none, is anybody expected to do anything. If you can, do it, but never, ever, ever. Stacking, collecting, whether you're doing numismatics, whether you're carrying for weight, super chats, memberships, any of that kind of stuff. Never, ever, ever put yourself, even a couple bucks to somebody can mean the difference in, being able to pick something up or take care of something. So don't ever, 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 ever do something where you're looking at a situation where there's, like you feel like you have to do it. Don't ever, 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 ever do that.
I don't mind. I don't mind doing it to myself. I'll just make the wife work harder. I think I killed the chat.
Yeah. Gary, do what you can, but only do it. No, yeah. Again, it's just don't ever do something you can't do. Please never, ever, ever feel obligated. We do stuff to help out if we can. You'll see sometimes we drop stuff in, sometimes we can't. I do it as a challenge, Tiger. Sorcerer Stan's really good at that. Tiger's really good at that. Tiger will come in and drop a couple bombs periodically. But again, do it if you have it. But please never, ever, folks, don't ever try to throw. Oh, that's pretty funny. Brad V gifted a membership to Brad V. How the hell do you gift a membership to yourself?
Not a clue, man.
I have never seen that before.
Only on my channel.
Is trippy.
Only on my channel. But I'm grateful you guys are tolerating me and my allergy voice. The allergies were so bad. I was coughing and coughing. People thought I had an infection. No, it's just wonderful. And then, like I said, on Tuesday, I couldn't leave. The weather shut me down. So I stayed in the city. I tried to start traveling for 2 days. Left 2 days later. Got home yesterday. And let me tell you, it's good to be home. Good to be home with the wife and the dogs and all of you. And Frosty, don't tell him I said that. I'll go to his head. But no, I really feel it's good to be home. So we decided to keep our. We originally had 2 lives set up for today, and but Frosty had things going on. Plus, I had to medicate to get the allergies down.
Work duty's called.
Yeah.
Sounds like the doggies are hungry.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. No, they're just liking to be crazy. I'm gonna have to go spray them with water. They hate it.
It is what it is. Not a big deal.
They must have heard me.
Yeah, not a big deal. I like the background. Oh yeah, this is my ship. You can see my chariots, and that's funny because it's like it works this way, but it doesn't this way. How weird is that?
Yeah, we just need to get you in a pirate hat now.
I did that with my my other one, but yeah, it's I'm in observer mode. Hey, speaking of observer mode, tomorrow is Tiger's big giveaway for the 4,000 hours. So a couple things that are really cool. So Tiger and I talked about as soon as the 4,000 hours were hit, I told everybody that we're going to be giving 5 ounces of silver weight to members. And so what we did is we called in Professor Rick DeBordis, right? So we wanted to make sure that that wheel was fair. We wanted to make sure all was good. So Professor Rick DeBordis was given the list of names. Those 5 names have been drawn. I do have a little bit of insight from talking with Professor Rick DeBordis on that member wheel that only 4 people won. There were 5 ounces, but somebody won twice. So if you're a member as of Tuesday, when he hit 4,000 hours, then you were eligible. Then your name was drawn and you could have won. But somebody maybe in the chat now, maybe not. I know there's 2 people in the chat right now who won. Not going to tell them who they are. But there is one person that won twice. So very cool. It was a lot of fun. But 5 ounces were given away. The awards, the winners will be notified tomorrow in that stream. Invisible says, not me. Don't be so sure. You never know. It could be anybody. You know what? They could have even drawn my name, and that meant I would have had to double it up. You never know. So you have to be there tomorrow to watch that. It should be a lot of fun. Again, Tiger's going to be drawing some things, looking at some stuff, and we do have some fun stuff planned tomorrow. So 15, not 25. I am not tracking.
The other thing is
oh, I have 50. Okay, gotcha. 50. Yeah, you have 15 dogs.
There's another thing that I added into the thing after Frosty made me think about members. Is like, oh wow, that's right. I got members now. I got to think about that. So what I did was I put in my short, and I'll mention it here again.
LLC with the $10 bomb.
Thank you, LLC. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
LLC.
So according to my math so far, I'm at 82. So
very close. Only 8. Man, my math sucks too. I was about to say 16.
28. No.
18.
18 more to go.
Man, your math really sucks. This is why you have a label maker. Just
Remember,
write it down. Just write it down, baby.
That's a label maker, not a calculator.
You know, I will say this. So Tiger, I, and LLC were just chit-chatting last night. Just regular, get on, have a good talk, good time conversation. And Tiger's opening packages. He's back in town. He's opening packages. And he disappears for a minute. He comes back and he's got his label. And I'm telling you, what amazes me is that he doesn't miss a beat with this. If you want a good representative model for documenting what you got, that man up there, like he's crushing it, man, because he stopped what he was doing. He's like, hold on, I'll be right back. And he walked, grabbed the label maker, pulled out his invoices and started typing the stuff up. And he documents everything. He labels everything. We had a conversation. He got something in from Mad. He's like, I don't have any paperwork. Hold on. How much did I pay for this? And it's an obsession that is really beneficial if something were to happen to you and you're in a situation where you got somebody coming in to figure out what you have. Everything's labeled, everything's documented. So if you guys are looking for a role model to follow, go smash that dude and go figure out what it is that he's doing and model after him, because He does some good stuff. What's up, Brad V? How you doing, bud?
Hey, Brad V. No,
You
what
on Steve's Frosty? No, I closed it because I was trying not to do this. Why? Did I do something good? Hold on. That means I need to get over there.
While you're doing that, I'll just say this. I took a page out of Frosty's book for my own channel. And like I said, I started thinking, I got subscribers, I got members now. I got to think about that. So I decided that it's 4,000 view hours, and I am giving away 4 ounces of tiger-related coins or rounds. And I needed to do something special for my members.
Tiger.
You won a gold.
I won gold.
This is the third. Whoa, this is the third time this week you won.
That's 3 gold coins in a week.
I might be the documentaholic, but you are by far the luckiest person on YouTube. So basically, I'm going to be making for the member that is a winner 4 ounces of poured silver. And it is the winner's choice from the molds that I've got, what they choose to have me pour for them. Now, keep in mind, it might take me a few times because there's some molds I've never poured yet. So, and some of them are very, very difficult.
1915. Sorry about that, bud.
That's okay. I've made a tiger head badly multiple times. I've not kept any of them. They all went back into the furnace, but that's one of them. I got a few others. I'm going to basically make a short little video, have it ready for the chat for tomorrow, and the winner can choose what they want to try. So, and then we're going to do the same thing. When I reach 50 likes, we'll get away a 50 cents of 90% and go from there. Thank you, Michael Stacking. Appreciate it.
What's up, Michael Stacking? How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Okay, I'm bailing out of the thing. Holy cow, Brad V. Thank you for notifying me. We came live. I was trying to do too many things. I had to bail. Holy smokes, that's unreal. Just picked up a 1915 Indian head.
So how many ounces? How many coins of gold did you get?
That is 4 gold coins in 2 weeks and 10 ounces of silver.
Did you say 3 gold coins in 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yes. There you go. See,
using your own joke on
the game. He finally learned. He did the same thing I always do to him. That's amazing. Yeah, it's been nuts. Like just unreal. So just unreal, like literally unreal. So
we had a good time laughing with long live
Gary Huffman, brand new member.
Hey Gary, welcome. Oh,
actually, you know what? I think I have a horseshoe token around here somewhere.
Well, I'm going to tell you that I either miscalculated or overgave away ounces of tiger-related coins. So I went into my little stash and I pulled one out that I had won from Empire Precious Metals. And I found one that is not going to go up for it. That's this one here. Maybe I'll get a better picture this way.
There you go. Yeah, it's a lot better. That's a beauty.
And there's a reason why I'm not going to give this one away or sell it or nothing.
When it comes to debating, I'm a master.
Can you guess why?
Because it came from a guy named Huffman.
Yes. I really like Gary. Always did.
Gary's a stud. Oh, speaking of, Gary, I have a coin to return to you. It's a counterfeit coin. The pictures and the stuff is done. It should be coming out on Tuesday. So I need to return that coin to you, but I will get that back to you. So he sent me a counterfeit coin and asked me, please do whatever you need with it. Just make sure I get it back. Again, the Europe trip and everything all happened during that time frame. So I've been able to research, do what I wanted to do. And but you will get that back. I'll be sending that out here probably Monday or Tuesday. So thank you for the use of that, Gary. I do appreciate you a ton, brother. Yeah, Gary's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Gary's a good dude.
I always liked him, but I liked him even more when I found out he was airborne.
Yeah, well, I'm going to nickname him Airmail. What's up, Airmail? Now, you know what's cool about Gary was being able to talk to him about, no, man, somebody asks me to get something back to him, Gary, I'm going to make sure I remember that stuff. So I appreciate your kindness and generosity to send that to me so I could document it. So appreciate you a ton, but I'll make sure I get that back to you. Doing the DB Cooper video, right? And I'm like, the guy that I was going to have do it, master parachutist, special forces, just said, you know, man, I'm too busy. I can't do it. And I was talking to, I think Freaking Awesome, and I don't know if it was Teacher. It might have been Teacher. And they're like, well, Gary is special forces. And I was like, oh, hey, do you want to do this? And he's like, hell yeah, sounds like fun. I love that story. Actually spent time up that during that time frame, and there was a lot of stories and talking to the old parachutist who potentially knew them. And we talked for a very long time. Like, I wish I could have taken the whole interview, but the whole interview was like an hour and a half, where the video needed to be only like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So I had to pick out certain things, but man, just fun to talk to him and listen to the things that he's done, and jumping through trees, and you got to jump into water with full gear and swim out, and how you cut out, and just a plethora of information. You got to jump with the fire guys, the hot shots. Obviously they didn't have to fight the fires, but learn what it is to jump into a bunch of trees on a mountainside amidst some heavy stuff. So he's seen some pretty cool stuff. Actually got to do the jump from the DB Cooper out of the back of out of the plane. Had that landing gear. Talked a little bit about, you know, how shaky or balanced it was and how much he would have been able to do it. It was fabulous to be able to talk to him about that video. So Gary, all around good dude, very knowledgeable, likes the stories, likes to talk, but doesn't run his mouth about nothing. So Gary's good people.
He is.
I got another coin finally for Bifrost, though. She doesn't know it, but she's here. I finally got my robot.
Oh, cool.
So I'm only missing two more of the characters.
Let me make it big.
Oh, you don't need to make me big. Oh, you don't need to make me big. It's just a robot. It's nothing major. So, but I got that in for Bifrost. And y'all know Supreme Ginger Stacker. He sent me, oh, you can't see this because it's pretty beat up and it's damaged. But he sent me my first 8 real coin. I got it in today. Really freaking cool.
That'll go along well with your video you just released.
Yeah, well, I mean, he sent it to me as a he's like, hey, I know you're doing something on this. Domo Origato. Nickel. Almost looks like the reverse proof. It's really I think it's just the way it is. It's good looking. But I got 2 of the Grogus, and we got the Mandalorian, and this one, and there's another one. I think I'm missing 2 of them for her. just to have all of the characters. I'm not worried about the years or whatever, but um,
Hey, Chuck. Hey, Jenny. Well, while he's doing that, I wanted to introduce the subject to you. I just
what's
got.
up, Chick? Sorry.
That's okay. I just got feedback from my brother-in-law. The interview with my wife about protection for your stack is most likely done. What I mean by most likely, I've gotten through 50% of it. He finished everything up to the 50% mark. I suspect he's done the same thing with the rest of it. It's ready for release. I'm going to be releasing it in the very near future. And we're going to ask him to start finalizing on rig date. And I got one on Bitcoin that is in its earlier stages, just to let you know those are coming up. So
there's only a little bit done.
Unfortunately, that's a good bit of the truth. And it's not his fault; it's mine. I thought I had a really good thing, and went over it with Frosty. And I thought to myself, and Frosty said the same thing.
Oh,
it's good, but it's not that good.
Speaking of, hold on just a second. I'm going to go do something. I'll be right back. When my wife pulled this out, I about died. Hold on just a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. And we're back to Professor Brown. So, I don't want to obviously give it away for the video, but I thought I had some, now I have some really good ideas. I just didn't go to the length that I normally go to make a video, and I really wanted this thing to really make people think. So that's coming, but I'm not going to tell you more than that. So let me see here. I'm going to check the likes. We're up to 28 likes. We're a little over halfway done. When we get up to 50 likes, I'll give away a 50 cents of 90%. Some of you have already won. And now that I'm finally home, I'm going to get through this plethora of notes to myself. I know Nickel won one. I think Lisa won one, maybe Elle won one, a couple others. So those will be going out. So the other thing I wanted to point out to you all is these finally came in from England.
Booyah.
And they're the same on the back as they're on the front, so flipping it over is worthless.
Hey, check that out. We got a $20 super chat.
Oh, Frosty, you didn't have to do that.
Let's give an ounce of silver away. Let's do it. Come on.
Do it now?
So, yeah, here's what I wanted to show you. Have you ever seen these? They're little ice creams.
Okay.
Okay. They're called Magnums. And she says, "Hey, babe, I got a mini Magnum for you." I was like, that's not nice. It was hilarious.
That's cute.
I guess you had to be there.
I was thinking about Magnum PI, but that tells you how old I am.
Yeah, I was like, babe, that wasn't very funny. But you don't go up to a guy and say, here's a mini Magnum for you. Hey, Supreme, what's going on, bud? I was just talking about you.
Okay, so I'll get over to here. Go to live chat. Get the participants.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you sneaky bugger. If Tiger pulls my name, we are going to throw another ounce in there. I'll throw an ounce in there, and we will rerun this. Okay? So if he draws my name in this wheel, I will double this and we will rerun it.
Well, I see there's 21 watching, and
What's up, Check? How you doing, bud? Hope you're doing well.
21 running, and I only got 10 from the chat. So I'll give you about 30 seconds, throw something in there. I'll reharvest it and we'll go. So there you go.
It's all good. Call this Tiger Appreciation Friday. We got him to 4,000 hours. It wouldn't have happened without all of you doing what you guys do, watching the stuff, commenting, doing stuff. 949 drop $20.
Thank you.
Thank you, 949. Appreciate you a ton. That's amazing.
Let me get my pen because I don't have an automatic calculator.
What's up, Christopher Smith? How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Hope everybody is having a good weekend. Hey, so start putting stuff in chat while Tiger's doing his calculation thing, because God only knows how long that can take.
Hold on. I can do it fast with a pen and paper. Just don't give me anything that requires electricity.
Or numbers, or a mouse. Oh, man. Speaking of mouse, you want to hear something really funny? I don't know if you guys have seen this. Hey, Joseph Lopez, what's up? Hey, Check Stacker, $10. Tiger needs 1.5K subs. Let's get in there. I wholeheartedly agree. I think we need to do a big Tiger sub push. But big thing is we got the 4,000 hours. That was huge. So again, just a little bit of thanks from me to Tiger and to you guys for all the efforts that you did to get those hours, turning on the playlist, watching that stuff, checking out the live streams, being in chat, building that stuff, subbing, being members. So again, just a little bit of something from me to you all. And again, but Tiger can't type with those gloves on.
That's got to come from Nickel.
It came from Stan.
Stan, are you some sort of relative to Nickel? He's always spreading rumors.
Tiger, check text message.
See, I can write and not wearing gloves either. I'll let you know when I'm putting on the gloves, okay? But let's see here.
What you need to have is you need to have some boxing gloves. And when people say you're putting gloves on, you need to pull the boxing gloves up and say, yes, indeed.
Yeah, but then I want to give them a pair just for spreading rumors again.
Christopher Smith with the $9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Look at that. Get the little marachas going, or the maracas. Yeah, the little shaky things. There you go. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. All right. So I was going to ask a question. What were you talking about, Tiger? By the way, I squirreled myself.
I said, if I'm going to get some boxing gloves for myself, I'm going to get a couple for the people who are spreading the rumors. We'll have at it. Always spreading the rumors. Okay. So let me.
Hi, Elle.
Hi, Elle. How are you? Elle's been telling me what some home remedies take care of my wonderful voice. Okay, so it always wants to put these like new member things in it.
Well, you can run it, and if the new memory comes up, you just remove it and run it again. Not a big deal.
Yeah, but it changes the parameters because not everyone has the new member or members by how many months or whatever. And it makes it kind of not fair.
Oh, you guys, I got to tell you, earlier my son was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and he spilled jelly on his toe. And I was like, oh my God, that looks like it hurts. Are you okay? And he looks at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? It's like, man, look, you jammed your toe.
Oh, I knew you were going to come up with some silly dad joke. You know, always with some sort of weird punchline. No wonder why I keep you around. You thought it was the tech. It was the bad jokes. It was way worse than mine. Let's see here.
Well, I told my friend, I said, you're Spanish, aren't you? And he said, yeah. And I said, mucho. He's like, why'd you say that? It's like, well, I heard that means a lot to you.
God almighty. Okay, everyone ready? Everyone ready? Here we go. Wow. Oh, hell. Okay.
Michael stacking.
We're going to get participants out of there. I didn't catch that one.
Sorcerer Stan, we're going to mute you like we need to with Ringmaster Ray. My jokes are better than his. He only thinks he's funny. I know I'm funny.
So let me write that down here. So for 1 ounce, Michael.
Hey, Tiger.
Yes.
1921 Morgans, $28 a piece. You interested?
Run that by me again.
21 Morgans. 1921 Morgans. $28 a piece. You interested?
Yeah, you can never get them at that price unless they're like seriously call.
Yeah. Supreme, lock them up. Tell me what I owe you.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah. Didn't you just buy me a couple coins today? He's like, wait, did I? Come on, Tiger. You're not with it today.
Are you pulling another joke on me again?
He's not. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiger is in super slow-mo. He is muck and mired.
You try having my bad allergy, see how it affects you, dude. So, okay, where's the punchline?
No, yeah, I told him to pick him up. You got what did you get for me? You got the oh my god round, and then you got me the
oh yeah, I did do that
round. Yep. And so I'm going to pick up these 21s and I'll send those to you.
Are you sure?
Hell yeah, why not?
Okay.
Right, this is what we do, right? We just trade stuff and go back and forth. Ginger and I do the exact same thing. Matter of fact, oh, you know what? I just realized I'm not even sharing my camera's hidden behind something. So Ginger just sent me this. You guys know I like ships, right?
Oh yeah.
So check out that. Oh man, I hate this freaking light. It doesn't work here. Can you see that ship?
Just barely. There it's a little bit better.
So this is a really cool, it's a Canadian commemorative ship, 400-year anniversary of the first French settlement in North America. It's a 2004 commemorative coin. Supreme Ginger said, Frosty, I found this for you. Thank you for all you've done for the channel. I'm going to send this to you. Huge, huge, huge shout out to Supreme for that, because I absolutely love that piece. I did a little short video. It's going to be released tomorrow where I do a little bit of a Irish jig and call him out. Really cool, but Supreme, I really appreciate you looking out for me, brother. If you were giving them to Tiger, why did you have to ask him about the price? Well, because I wanted to know if he was interested in them. Because he may have said, yes, buy them, but he didn't. And I just said, pick them up. So that's why. Because he's going to label them.
No, they go in the tube. The tube gets labeled.
But you're going to label them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
one's going tubes. The tube gets labeled.
very cool. Rural girl, how you doing?
I'm
Amy here. Let's see. Ships and planes. Yeah, I just got a. I just found a really cool ship bar. I'm trying to determine whether I want to pick it up. It was was it CM Mint? Was it a 10-ounce CM Mint bar? Is that what that was?
I think you saw it on JM Bullion.
Yeah, it was 10, I think it was a 10-ounce CM bar. Really cool ship on, and I'm debating whether or not to get that one.
You know you
But
want.
what I need to, hey G Dub, what's going on, bud?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Welcome,
We're at
G
40
Dub.
likes. We're almost there. Be smashing those likes, folks.
So here's what I end up going for. I got one of the 5-ounce, one of the 1-ounce. Then I found this. I think that's somewhat new for them also. This is a scream. Take a look at the backside. That is funny. Whether you like Trump or not, you have to admit that's at least hilarious. What was the other one?
He got the whole world in his hands.
So, you have to admit that's funny.
There's a short for you right there.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Oh, I think I'm going to have to do that. I think I'll have a whole bunch of people unsubscribe from me, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of people who are like, that's sacrilegious. But again, all in good humor. He messed his hair up. This is the one that I'm looking forward to getting right here. I also want to get The Greatest Generation, the new one that came out. Huh?
There's one that is that?
It is. So unfortunately, you have to pick it up from the U.S. Mint.
Oh. No, okay.
But because you know how I feel about buying directly from the Mint with what they've done to me the last 2 years. You guys haven't seen that? Let me pull that up. Give me just a second. I'll pop that up out of here, and I'll show you. It's an amazing coin. I will say, out of the recent designs, I think they did really good with this one. There's not a lot of things. Oh man, check. I wanted to go. Unfortunately, there's some things that were going on with my daughter and some other things that are happening that we couldn't make it. We were planning on leaving early morning and going there, but I just couldn't do it. 10. Yeah. Tiger and I were talking about that one last night too. G-Dub, that's my favorite bar.
Yeah, they're not so easy to find.
No, they're hard to find.
I was saying Helena's 250 gram, but I'm sorry, 250 gram, but not a 3 ounce or 10 ouncer.
So Tiger, I am sharing my screen. If you will do me a favor and pull that up, I'll walk people through kind of what these are. So these are the Greatest Generation. This is the 3-coin proof set. I'm going to click on this if you want to do that or not. But this is the Greatest Generation. This is World War II. They talk about the various memorials that are there. This is in particular about the World War II memorial. It's a really cool design. So this is the obverse on that. The reverse looks like this. On land, at sea, and in air, we got Victory, which is a phenomenal design. I really like this. The other piece actually shows the World War II museum, or the monument, excuse me. Here, if you've never been there, you've got the states all through this area. Absolutely amazing. And then the one I really like The reverse on this is okay. The obverse on this one is really nice. I really like the memorial with the laurel on this one. It looks really good. On the other coin, the obverse here, I like the depiction of the fighting stance. Her looking again when you're looking at the west, right? You're looking to the west, so she's defending the west. So her gaze is upon the west. Her stance is to protect what we are in the west. So really cool. I really like the design. I think that this is some of the best ones they had. Again, for the 3-coin set, it's pretty cool. It's extremely expensive. The
What
gold
is that, a
piece by
quarter
itself.
ounce?
Yes, I believe it is. Or is it? Gold coin.
Yeah, that is a price because a quarter ounce gold eagle is 636 on SD Bullion, and they went 900 and something. I doubt.
Well, that's for 3 coins. That's not just one.
But
that's all 3 of the coins.
I understand that, but those are probably 1 ounce pieces.
Yeah. So this is a $5 gold coin. So this is a quarter ounce, and it is almost $800 by itself.
Oh, is it the same make as a pre-33?
I think this is a little bit more gold.
Yeah, because a pre-33 is just a smidgen under a quarter of an ounce.
Yeah, this one, they're pretty much the same build. I don't know if it should give you. There it is. 90%, 6%.
Yeah.
Silver copper balance.
Oh, it's the same thing as an eagle.
Yeah. So, but again, they're pricey. Again, would I buy it here? No, I would not. I would wait and see if the price falls. It might not. It might go up. They may do really well. They're still there. They're still on the site, so they haven't exploded. I haven't looked at the numbers. You want somebody who looks at the numbers. Silver Wolverine probably could tell you the numbers off of a quick glance. You can look at the numbers. You can go to the mint. You can check out the news. Check out the numbers. Actually, look at how many are there. How many things have come out. What's going on. Look at the metal program. See what they have. So you can see all of that here if you really want to kind of dig into it. But I think that out of all the designs that they've done this year, this is probably one of the best sets, simply because it's really good looking. But they are pretty pricey. You can find other coins at a much better price that are really neat, that they're good looking. And Marsh, again, same for me. Really neat. They're good looking. I like the World War II. I like the monument. They've done good. They are collectible. But is it worth it? And my thing is no. It's just not. Now, buying from the mint, again, this is something that people need to be reminded of. It is legislation that the mint is profitable. Okay. So they are required by law that if they lose money, they have to discontinue something. So their job is to make money. That's bottom line. Collectors is secondary. And if you're part of the CAC, which is the committee, right? They're not really concerned about the collector either. They're talking about the coins and what is going to be profitable, and are they doing the things that they need to in order to meet the legislation that requires the element for that particular coin. So, the mint is what it is. It's legislation. When they were at Tulsa, somebody actually asked the mint why do we suck?
Yeah, I
Uh,
heard that.
and basically the answer was you got to talk to Congress. We give them ideas about what we want to do. We provide it. It goes through a committee. They choose the coins that they think are best, and they have to meet whatever the legislation is.
Before you go down that road any further, we did not ask Michael Stacking which of the ounces he wanted.
Oh, sorry. I kind of just jumped the gun.
You never.
Go.
Michael, which one do you want? You want the Onza? One of the two poker chips? The James Bond round? Aquaman? Or the Prospector that's not really it's one of those ones that you can split.
So, Michael, you'll send an email to Tiger to claim this prize.
You can claim it through email, but at least tell me so I set that one aside.
I look back through chat,
Okay.
and I know he asked the question about that, but I didn't see anything about which one. I know somebody else said Onza, but it wasn't him.
Neil says it's Aquaman, but he didn't win it, so I don't know what Michael Stacking would want. Thank you, Lisa.
I don't know.
Well, not if you want to show Frostbyte some love, hop over to his channel, hit the subscribe, and hit at least the bell notification to make it stick. If you don't hit all that other stuff, YouTube will take it away. So, but where were we at?
He'll email you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get it taken care of.
Sounds
no
good.
worries.
Thank you, Lisa. 5 more and we can talk about 50 cents. Hey, Polly Buck, welcome.
I closed my pop-up chat and then I ended up closing my actual whatever. How many likes do we have?
Lisa
46.
says 45.
How we got 47 now? Only got 3 more. Come on, folks. If you're in chat, smash that freaking thumbs up. We only got 3 more. We're going to be giving something away.
So basically, long story made short, Polly, is this is just talk about the chat for talking about what are the topics for today. Tomorrow is my 4,000 giveaway golf party. There's going to be lots of different silver being given away, and subscribers, members, mods are all going to have a chance at different things. Today we decided to throw in, for every 50 likes, to throw away 50 cents of silver, and for every $100 of super chats, I'll give away an ounce of silver. So we have had 1 ounce of silver because of the super chats. And yeah, T-Bird, my voice is a little bit on the rough side, my friend. So
long live coin. Got to buzz out. Yankee who?
yeah, ain't that
Take care, LLC. Thanks for being in here.
I'll explain that later, much later. So Long Live Coins gave a 10. Thank you, LLC. That puts us at 152. Another 48 and another ounce of silver will go. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I did want to reiterate again, very soon I'm going to be releasing the interview with my wife about protection dogs, protecting your stack and your family. And, for those of us who have things to protect, family, loved ones, property, what you stacked, your personal wealth, please, I think you're going to enjoy that video. And then I've talked her into doing a question and answer session a few days after that. So that's coming.
What's up, MR?
Hey, MR, welcome.
MR
Well-
stackers. MR not. You know that one?
No,
Okay, hold on. I'm going to share this one just a second.
well, we have reached 52 likes. So let me go back over to the chat. I'm going to harvest the participants here in a little bit. Hello, Brown Sugar. Okay. Thank you, JJ.
All right. So I'm going to put something into chat. Does anybody know what this says?
I am clueless.
Does anybody know what that says? Come on, somebody. I'll give away a half ounce of silver. If somebody can tell me what that says, I'm going to read it here in just a minute. It's Southern talk, and if you need to break it out by commas, whatnot, you can do so. Yeah, he's going to be giving away another ounce here, Lisa.
No, in this case, it's a 50 cent because it's 50-cent piece because it's 50 likes.
MR Snake's old gibberish. Yes,
While you're doing that, I'm going to collect the participants.
it is old gibberish. So the way you read this, you got to do it with the Southern accent or it just doesn't make sense. And it's MR Snakes. MR not. OSAR. CMEDBDIs. LIBMR Snakes. And the silence slowly draws across the room.
It's funny to hear it, but I've never ever kind of figured.
So it looks like this. MR Snakes. MR not. OSAR. CMEDBDIs. LIB. MR Snakes. Oops, I forgot the M.
Oh,
But
no.
anyway, that's how you read it. So
How the hell did they do that?
You didn't paste it with text only. You just copy pasted it. It's all good. Doesn't matter. You just have a bunch of icons. It's all good. We'll be able to figure out who it is because it will say it.
Should I just get rid of it and redo it?
Nope. Just run it. You're good. No worries.
Okay.
How many are on the wheel? We have no clue because he copied a whole bunch of just random stuff.
Oh, there's a bunch of live chat crap. I'm redoing that. I'm redoing that. That's garbage.
You forgot the key element. Remember what I told you to do?
Hold on, let me get this.
Yeah, that's definitely not rigged.
Nope.
That's
You gotta be smart to rig shit.
yeah. That's why they usually leave it to the Navy. Oh man, did anybody pick that up? Okay.
I think I did.
Well, talking about rigging in the Navy, and anyway.
Okay, I got the participants. Let's get this stuff out of there.
The dad jokes are drowning today. You know, I have my youngest son refuses to watch the New York Times with me, or the New York New Year's Day, New Year's evening parade thing. Okay. You're missing the whole thing. So go back over there, hit Control A. What are you doing? Quit clicking on stuff.
Because I wanted to get out of that thing. Reset it.
Okay.
Go to participants.
Okay.
Now I hit Control C.
Okay. You can't hit paste there.
What the hell's happening here?
What are you doing? No.
I slipped. Sorry.
Yeah. See, folks, this is proof that there's no way that Tiger can rig his wheel. It's proof. Like, you're seeing this. Look, like he's got his script here. He has no idea what this even means.
Okay,
you're missing a key step, right? Remember what the key step is?
Turn it on the computer.
No, you have to paste it into a Word document, or you have to paste it into a document.
Okay.
Or you paste it, you right click on it and you only paste the text. You want me to do it?
No, I did it once before and it was fine.
So highlight all that, hit delete.
I
Now
did.
right click in this spot. There you go. And paste without formatting. Dun, da, da, da. Check it out. See how that works? He's click happy.
Yeah. And you're not happy unless you can tell me how not good with the computer I am.
Oh, man, I only speak truth.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to enjoy it as much.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, see, and this is something, folks, if you guys should catch the banter between Tiger and I when it comes to technology. Tiger is an extremely brilliant person. He is extremely smart. He really understands, especially medical field and the processes within medicine. But technology, as Austin Powers would say, it's not his bag, man. He just
That's not my favorite line from Austin Powers. That is definitely not. I got to bring your face up for this. My son was about 14 years old, and he watched Austin Powers for the first time since it came out when he was little. And I heard the TV pause. He comes into the dining room and says, "You're sick. You're absolutely sick." So what are you talking about? He says, "You made me say that, and I was just a little boy. I didn't know what I was saying." And I howled with laughter. When I got him to say as close as a little tiny boy could say in a British accent, "I shake to rotten, baby. Yeah." So getting back to this.
So here's the thing about this, and working in the medical field, both Tiger and I work in the medical field. He's obviously physician. I work more administrative side of the house. There are brilliant people on both sides, and there are ignorant, stupid people on both sides. I know some nurses that have no business wearing scrubs. But I also know doctors that shouldn't have any business doing any kind of anything when it comes to the computer. So they should be making no process improvement strategies simply because they're only good at medicine. But it goes across the board. I know people on both sides who are extremely adept and some people who aren't. So I don't like to pick just on doctors, mainly because my mom taught me to be nice to handicapped people.
What did he say? Did he say something? I didn't hear anything. Did you?
Oh, nah, I'm just kidding. It's like, lawyers, the safest place that they can perform any sport is the ocean because the sharks won't attack them out of professional courtesy. So no, I got jokes about every profession, but again, there are very brilliant people in every profession, and then there are some people that just aren't.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna shuffle right now.
oh man, it's all about having fun. Let's go ahead and run this. What was this for? I already forgot.
50 cents.
Oh, of Constitution.
90%. Yes.
Gotcha. I know people hate it when I say constitutional because it doesn't technically exist, but they can suck it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
No.
It's a buck now. It's a buck now.
Okay. So should the next person get a dollar face, or should it go for two people at 50 cents?
Nah, next person gets a buck.
Okay.
And if it lands on Tiger, then it defaults to the next person. Oh. Look at how close.
Oh, yeah, I rigged the wheel. I definitely rigged the wheel.
We are at $1.50, good sir. Why don't you remove yourself from that?
Yeah, I think
You've landed on it twice. I think we're good there. You should have probably shuffled that up. Now watch it land on me, and I'll have to give it 3.
No, you're on the other side.
There you go, Christopher Smith. Congratulations. You just won $1.50 face value. Oh, that's funny. You how do you say that that's rigged? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
I just think Nick just loves tormenting me. So Christopher Smith, send something to my email, including your name, your address, all that stuff. My wife's like, about getting into my Constitution. I said, no, I'm not. I spend too much time doing my calculations. I'm not going to do that. I'll just go to the pawn shop. I'll buy some new stuff, put it in the envelope, and off it goes.
Yeah, a nickel. I don't care what he tried to do. I don't think he could rig his shoelaces. There is no capability within Tiger to rig anything.
Now, if you give me a chance to put something together with some scalpels and thread, and yeah, I can. Oh, the wife, she was totally shocked.
So Nick said this. Nick said this wheel is rigged. Is she here? I would love to ask her a question.
No, she's not here, and yeah, she did try saying that.
Yeah, I'd love to ask her.
You brought up some very interesting points. How do I? Since I'm so smart with the computer, how do I rig it?
Well, I mean, you saw it took him 30 minutes to even get the names. So it took so long. We forgot what we were drawing for. I'm just kidding, Tiger. I'm just picking on you, man. I like to have fun with you. Yeah, the eye roll queen. That's her. No, I love Nick. I like to give her a hard time.
Everybody likes to give her a hard time. I always try to be nice to her, and then she starts this on me. I clearly shown the evidence repeatedly. about rigged wheels and broken wheels, and Professor rigged aboard us. And, not only did he show us about what was truly rigging, he helped me fix my broken wheel. So you guys are going to meet him tomorrow. So I'm going to change the subject. How many of you saw the debate? Put a 1 in the chat if you saw the debate. 2 if you didn't.
T-Bird just called Yankee, but he didn't answer.
Now that's sounds like Yankee. It is, upcoming the weekend. 1/2. How about that? So a lot did and some didn't. I saw about 3/4 of it, Gary. I got to watch the rest.
I read the transcripts, and when the transcripts don't match the debate, like the premise of it, if you read the transcripts alone, it's like it looks like Biden won. But if you actually watch it, it looks like he got walked all over. But if you really break down what was said, folks, you got to remember that they're not the leading candidates yet. Like, they haven't been named as the primary candidates yet. So who won? Who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, from what I saw, Trump trumped on Biden. Biden kind of looked shocked by a lot of the things, and a lot of the attacks Biden threw, Trump deflected. And that's the type of leader you need, considering you're dealing with President Ping, I think is his name, and Putin and a few other crazy ones. So,
but here's the thing. So, and I don't really talk politics too much. I talk issues. I don't talk politics. But if you look at who won versus who dominated, Trump dominated it. But who won? Really, neither one of them. Because if you get down to the gist of what each of them was saying, it was just a bunch of hogwash. A lot of fact calling on one thing and a lot of very scripted, unvocalized images on another side. I have a short coming out. It is a political short. You guys will not see me do this like ever again. But there was something in that debate that I just was like, I have to do this. And so you'll see this tomorrow. But do I think anybody won? No. And I say this with all due respect. It was a waste of the nation's time. I'll be honest with you. I think it was a waste of the nation's time to even watch those because one was clearly dominant, but what was really said was nothing. Like there really wasn't much out of it. My opinion. But I just was like, yeah, I kind of just turned it off after a while. But Trump dominated when it comes to presence and power, which he always will. But Slowpoke Joe, that's rigging, folks. So that's a ship. When you want to talk about rigging, that's rigging. So you talk about the 400 points of a rig. That's Navy rigging. So, yeah, Kennedy won. So I read an article about that. I'm not sure if you read the same article where they talked about that Kennedy discussion, but yeah. So anyway, I wanted to bring up the rigging because this is what I wanted to show Nick's coins and say, what is this? And she's like, I don't know. It's like, well, then how can you tell me something's rigged? Anyway, just wanted to play with her a little bit. So yeah, it's again, it is what it is. I won't talk much about it, but I think you guys will like the short. It's funny.
Michael just popped back in. He didn't see what was up. So you got an onza. I got two of the poker. They're all 1 ounce. Even the onza, even though it's what is it, 9.25, but it's still an ounce. You got 2 poker rounds. A 007. Aquaman. And a prospector that's not your traditional prospector because it's one of the ones you can break into 4s. So that's what's up, Michael. Let's see here. So just let me know, Michael, what it is that you think you want.
You guys are gonna die when you see this. This is freaking hilarious. When I heard this, I was like, "Oh my god, that's perfect! I know what I'm gonna do."
Was that one of your upcoming videos?
It's gonna be a short that I drop tomorrow. It's the political. It's a hardcore tag on Biden, but when I heard him say it, I was like, "That's comic gold." So, yeah, it's just too much fun.
So Michael has chosen the prospector.
Prospector's always a good one. I would have chose the Onza, but that's just me.
Prospector that you can break up into quarters. So that is off the table. Well, on the table, but on a different location, but you get my point. Congratulations, Michael.
So you guys need to, Michael, you need to be here tomorrow. Invisible, you guys need to be here tomorrow. Make sure you're there for the member giveaway. You need to make sure that you're there for the subscriber giveaway. And there's something cool going to be happening for the mods. So if you were a moderator, they got something nice for you. So be here tomorrow when Tiger does his 4,000 hour giveaway. Well, let me rephrase that. Achieving 4,000 hour giveaway.
You're welcome, Michael. Just make sure you send me an email with your address and all that.
Thank you, El, for throwing that in there. I appreciate you.
Thank you, El. You really are a good moderator and good friend to the channel.
So what do you guys have on your schedules for the 4th of July? You guys have anything going on? We are coming up. It's going to be a week from, good grief. What? That's a week from Thursday, right?
Tomorrow at 8 p.m., El, or Amy. Tomorrow at 8 p.m., that's when we start it. Thanks, Nickel. What was your question, Frosty?
I said, oh, hell, what did I just say? You squirreled me.
You got your head caught up in the rigging.
talk. Oh, 4th of July. What's everybody got going away? It's only a week away. Next Thursday, 4th of July. What do you guys got going on Independence Day? You guys got anything fun going on?
Oh, I'm just going to hang out with the wife and enjoy being home. I don't get a whole lot of home time. So I'm going to enjoy that. How about you? Are you there?
Yeah, I just put myself on mute accidentally.
And give me a hard time about my computer stuff. Thanks, Christian.
Well, I'm trying to record something.
Yeah, I gotta get my full monetization computerized paperwork done. And I looked at that, I'm like, oh God, more things to click and screw up and blow up the computer again. I had one of the nurses, how can you run a YouTube and a live stream and you can't do this with the computer? Says, because I got backup. See here, believe that the Dems will dump Biden and choose Kennedy as their candidate. You know, that's a possibility, but wouldn't Kennedy have to switch himself from independent to Democrat to do that? And is that too late for him to do that? What do you think?
You talking to me?
Uh-huh.
I wasn't even listening. I thought you were talking to somebody in chat.
Gary Huffman says that he thinks they're going to dump Biden as the candidate and ask Kennedy to step in as the new candidate. I'm like, can he do that because he's labeled now as an independent? Or is that too late for him to do that?
I think even if it's not Kennedy, it should be. But if it's not, they're foolish. I don't think they have a choice. But there's just no way. Like everybody sees him, knows he's a tool. He's not making decisions. People are doing it for him. Half the time he can't even read what he's given. I don't think even hardcore Democrats won't vote for Biden. It's just not going to happen. They need somebody who has a given chance. If Biden wins,
That's rigged.
It's a full-on Democratic wheel. He's a puppet because he doesn't have the mental fortitude to do this job. He says he does, but I mean, he can't even read a freaking teleprompter. You watch it. It's not one or two times. It's all the time. It happens quite frequently. Now, does he have moments where he's good and he's not having issues? Absolutely. But
yeah. So did Reagan at the end.
For years, he's had issues. This isn't something that's new. They've called him Smoking Joe or Slow Joe or whatever it is for, 20 years. Robin Williams used to joke about it in the 90s and the early 2000s. So, he's always been kind of this slow, kind of just not. When I went overseas, we went to Europe. People were like, "What's up with Trump?" But man, really, you guys brought Biden in? Like, really? The dude's a fool. He's stupid. He's like geriatric. I mean, like, why would you do that? So I mean, globally, he's looked at as a joke. And if you are a hardcore fan, I'm sorry, but he doesn't have it. It doesn't matter what his political stance is. It doesn't matter if he actually wants to do good. He does not have the mental fortitude to do it, in my opinion. Okay. He just doesn't. Now he's POTUS. Okay. So as that position, I will respect it, but I don't have to honor who he is as a man. I just have to respect his post. But they vote him back in. I won't respect, because it's going to be a clown. It's a clown show. It'll be a total circus. And I don't agree with it. I just don't. I think they're going to have to put Kennedy in, or else just they're going to lose everything. They'll lose the House, they'll lose the Senate, they'll lose the presidency. Like, they'll lose everything because they'll be made to look like clowns. So am I voting for, am I rooting for the Democrats to do whatever? Again, folks, I vote on the issues, right? But no, I'll tell you right now, if he wins, there's a high likelihood that we'll have some serious internal strife in the United States.
He meaning Biden?
He meeting Biden. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have serious internal strife.
My concern is if Trump's way to handle Ukraine is to give Putin whatever he wants, it's going to be a remake of Hitler. Because in the past, they gave Hitler whatever he wanted to avoid war, and all he did was get emboldened and do more. So if Putin gets all of Ukraine, not only is he going to genocide everyone he wants to, but on top of that, he's then going to have NATO right at his next border. And that's just going to irritate him more, and it's just going to escalate.
So here's the thing, and this is Frosty's personal opinion. It is not his professional stance. This is not where I stand on the political fence. This is my personal belief based off of some of the things I see in my own personal life. Okay. I want to clarify that because of what I do. So I am in no way speaking for anyone in particular. I am not endorsing anybody particular because in my line of work, I can't. However, when I look at Biden, I don't think he has the mental fortitude to be president anymore. I just don't. I think Trump needs to have a ringmaster. Like, somebody needs to reel his ass in and keep him from running his freaking mouth. But you cannot deny what he did for our economy.
You can't.
You cannot deny what he did, and setting down, like, hardcore, put his foot down and go, bullshit. You're not doing that. No, we are not. When he looked across, and this is one of the ones, take these glasses off so you can see my face a little bit better. When he sat across from Hillary Clinton and said, why did I say the system's rigged? Because I use it. I know it's rigged. I use it. It's something we all do. All your friends do. All my friends do. It's the way the system is built. How do I know it's rigged? Because that's how it is. It's the facts. When he does this and he actually speaks truth, it's not all this crazy hokey pokey trying to get people down a certain path, or he's got this wild hair and he starts talking out his ass. When he actually has good formulated discussions and he's like, no, this is going to happen, man, he makes stuff happen. Bam. And in that, you have to respect him, but he's a dumbass. He needs to learn how to control his mouth. So we have kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. But looking from where we at for stackers, looking where we at for collectors, looking at where we are for where we need our nation to go economically, it's a no-brainer. I do not think that he's going to stand toe-to-toe and say, Putin, you know what? We're going to take it easy. We're going to do whatever. I think he's going to come back and he's going to say, you need to understand that if you want to play this, we'll play this. Like, we can come to a session. You want to sit at the table? We'll talk. You want to sit at the table? We'll do this. But don't you dare threaten me, because I'll put a foot in your ass. Like, I think Trump will do that. And I think Putin will go, he's serious. Like, I don't think he'd do that. He'll walk all over Biden. Biden's like putty on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Trump is kind of like half of Teddy Roosevelt. He carries a big stick, but he doesn't know how to talk softly.
No, he needs, like, and I say this again with due respect. Egomaniacs and anybody who says Trump isn't is a fool. Okay. Egomaniacs do not allow themselves to have handlers. But people who know that they talk big and know that it's a potential problem for them will assign somebody and give them the authority to say, hey, let's wheel it in. He won't do that because he's high on himself. That's why when you and I were talking about that Trump coin, I'm like, oh my God. Why is it funny? Because it's so high and mighty of himself. But that's what makes it funny.
And I hate saying this, but that's kind of what we need against Putin. I mean, hell,
well,
the Russians are painting pictures of him being a saint, and he believes his own rhetoric.
Well, when you go through, again, a leader has to build support of the nation, right? But I'll tell you right now, not everybody in Russia likes Putin. Not everybody thinks he's a saint. I can tell you right now from experience that there's a lot of people internally that do not like that man, that would rather, they want him to be like ousted, gone, dead, because he is causing a lot of turmoil internally and really hurting the Russian people. Like, he's really crushing the Russian people. He's making the oligarchs like disappear. They're trying to hide. They're taking their money elsewhere. They're leaving. They're going to Germany. They're going to different places where they can't pull them back because the Germans are saying, no, we're not going to do that. They're hiding their money. He's locked it up. He's tried to take it. No, he's not painted as a saint. He's only painted as a saint in the Russian media. Most Russians do not like Putin. That is a total misnomer. Most people do not like Putin.
I'm just showing you what's coming across. You know, my wife will sit me down and show me what they're saying. Now she has to translate for me, but you know, they are honestly believing this crap.
So no, okay. Let me explain this to you.
No, I understand. I understand Russian propaganda.
It's rhetoric.
They learned it. Well, they learned it from Napoleon, and they perfected it over the decades. You know, that's when they learned it. When Napoleon kicked their butt in a battle because he let false information out that his army was small, and then he let only a portion of his real army go over the horizon and get a little bit of their butt kicked. Then they came back over and met the real army. Let's see here. Must be very careful of someone who says everything you want to hear. Yeah, it's true. But they teach that in their military schools, in their regular schools too. How do I know that? I'm Eastern European. My son's godfather is Ukrainian, was in the Soviet army, as was mandatory for everyone at that time. You know, and they teach that as common teaching. So, I mean, this is, it's like, you know, when I was doing martial arts, I was trained in higher levels of different things at different belts. But when you get into a scuttle, you go back to the basics You try to win the fight with the things that your body already has the motor memory for before you try the higher level stuff. And he's going back to the basics.
So it's rhetoric and propaganda.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the premise. Every nation does it. If anybody says another nation doesn't do it, they're foolish. They're fooling themselves. They don't understand the basic premise of what it is to manipulate somebody to a specific agenda. It's just what it is. But I can tell you, because of my wife's family that lives in Russia, that most people that she knows, most people that we talk to that are related or friends of that family, can't stand the son of a bitch. Can't stand him because he's ruthless. Now, Elle asked a question: are they forcing men out of their homes to fight in Ukraine? They are picking people up and sending them there. They're giving them minimalized training because they need bodies. Our son, we're trying to get him over to take care of some financial issues. We won't let him go. He can't take care of it. We want to sell. I want to help my wife's brother sell some stuff, and can't touch it. Can't go over there. Can't do anything with it. We're forbade to go over there. But my son, or my stepson, who was born there, he can't go there because the moment he lands on soil, they will take him because he's of that age. And when they were putting it, they told him,
Ukrainian or both.
Huh?
Are you talking about Russian, Ukrainian, or both?
Russia.
Okay.
Yeah. The moment he will land, they will, and they are going to pick up some stuff and take care of some items because, like I said, you have to have passports and visas and all that stuff, even to conduct legal messages or legal institutions in Russia. In the United States, we can't do it right now because we're forbade to. So we can't even engage in it. You just can't do it. It's illegal for us to do it. And so because we have what are they called? Sanctions, right? Where you can't conduct any federal business. You can't sell anything. You can't bring money over. There's very limited amount. You can bring gold and stuff over less than $10,000. But it's very, very minimal. Most of it's trade based for private self. But any business, any kind of selling of things like that, you just can't do it. And so looking to try to figure out how to get things done, he's crushing the people. And so the only media that paints themselves as loving him is the propaganda machine that's in other nations, because they want to target him like, well, everybody thinks he's this golden boy. No, they don't. Kim Jong-un, or whatever his name is, surrounds himself by yes men, right? So everybody's around him like, yes, 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 yes. No. They don't love him. They have to, or they'll die. So don't get it mixed up with believing the rhetoric. Don't get mixed up with believing that, that the nation's infatuated with him. These guys will kill you if you go against their policies.
That's true. And in fact, once the thing started, some of the news anchor, mostly women, if I remember correctly, lost their jobs and yanked off their jobs for disagreeing with Putin with starting up the war.
It would be nice if we could do it back in the Greek and the Roman days, where you send out your two best soldiers and they fight, and then you just say, okay, they won, it's done. Obviously that's not going to happen. There's too much money. You're talking about Crimea. You're talking about the big naval port there. That's a big issue when it comes to Russia, especially with the submarine fleet. They need the ports that are in Ukraine. There's a lot of trade and stuff that comes through that passage.
Oh yeah.
So
they're loaded with uranium. They're loaded with farmland.
Yeah.
So a lot of natural resources.
It's not going to be something that's let loose. Now, there are some things that happened with the Accord when there was independence claimed, certain things that happened, promises that were made on both sides. There were things that were discussed and agreed, and things just didn't happen on both sides. A lot of people like to say it was just Russia. It was both sides. And so there were bad blood way before that happened. The situation in Georgia, if you're familiar with what happened when Georgia separated from the Soviet Union, very similar to the same thing. The only difference with Georgia is there was tons and tons of money in Georgia. And so all the oligarchs said, hey, fight us. That's fine. We'll take our money. We'll leave. And there was too much money there for them to do anything with. So they let them leave on good behavior. Now, was there issues? Yes, there were still issues with when Georgia separated, but because of the amount of money that was there was this whatever. But strategically, economically, farm, like you're saying, agriculturally, there's way too much importance in Ukraine. And it is a very, very, very important area. And so, no, it's not going to be let go. It's going to be a hotbed for years and years and years to come.
Yeah. One of the things my wife looked at me and says, she believes Trump is just going to hand over the keys to Ukraine. I said, even if he did, he's not the president of Ukraine. And I know Eastern European mentality. Those people are sick and tired of being treated like slaves and second-class citizens for centuries. They are sick and tired of it. They are the colonials of the past now in the present. They are going to fight for their independence. They are going to die for their independence. They have the disgust that our forefathers have. They will not stop like our forefathers didn't. They will die to the last man like our forefathers would have. And people say, well, Zelensky is corrupt. If you touch anything with politics, you're corrupt. Ukraine corrupt? Yeah. Look at the Soviet. Look at the Russians. They're more corrupt. Worse yet, look at us. We're way more corrupt. So, this man was given a chance to leave and run away like a coward and live his life with his wife in I don't know, what's the right word, solitude, whatever. No, he stayed. He stayed with his people. He fought for his people. He fought his fear about being murdered, which he faces every day. This man is the new version of George Washington, and he needs to be respected as such. My personal opinion, but I think I'm right.
Well, you have to think you're right, or it wouldn't be your personal opinion.
Smart Alex.
So again,
what should be done with Smart Alex?
And this is where I love these kinds of conversations, because again, here's where, and you'll hear me say this all the time, we have to be able to agree to disagree. Right? Now, on fronts, Tiger and I agree on a lot of stuff. Some of it we don't. But we're friends because it's like, you know what? I understand why you say that. I don't agree with that. That's not my personal viewpoint, but you know what? We can agree with those standards. When having discussions of this nature, it's extremely important that you're able to understand that you don't have to agree on every point. It's important to have the discussion. The discussion, being able to have the topic and understand points and really get to the bottom or the crux of something you might not understand. That is what is important. Being able to come alongside people and say, well, you have a unique vantage point because you have family there.
That's only part of it. That's only
tell me what it is, right? So explain to me. I don't have family in Ukraine. I don't have family in Russia. My wife does. I've never been to Ukraine. I've never been to Russia. I can't tell you what life is like there. Now, I can tell you historically what's happened when the economy in Russia fell. In one moment, they woke up and they have family members who were bankers and made massive amounts of money. They went to bed the next morning. They wake up and the money wasn't worth enough to buy, one loaf of bread and a block of cheese. I know that when they went to bed, they woke up the next day, their societal medical structure had totally collapsed. So I know histories of some of this on both sides of this. Not enough to be a scholar, not enough to speak as a historian, not enough even to be educated in a majority of the discussion. But I do have enough to go. It's time for me to listen to people who've lived there. So when Tiger says he's Eastern European, he's lived there, he went to school there, he understands. That's where you got your doctorate from, correct?
No. My great grandparents came over from Serbia, but this was taught to my dad because his grandparents raised him as their son, which was transmitted to me. My cousin, who was in the same age as my dad, so he's technically emotionally like an uncle, married a woman who came over from Ukraine, who escaped Ukraine as a little girl with her parents, left Chicago, no, not Chicago, Canada, came to America, met another fella, had 3 children with him. They divorced, but then my cousin slash uncle, who then met her, they dated, he married her and raised her children. That gave me a chance to talk with her and her 3 children about a lot of these things. So I have some Ukrainian background. But when you're raised Orthodox, hi, mentally corrupted, when you're raised Orthodox, you're not just raised in the religion. You're raised in your ethnicity as well. And you learn a lot of these things. I'll tell you in a moment, Frosty. Thanks for the $5 super chat. So
it's math. So, it'll take you a while.
I'm not using a computer. I got pen and paper.
So we might be here till tomorrow.
Well,
so just stay tuned, folks. We may have this 4,000 subscribers. Oh, dude, you crack me up. You make me laugh.
$157. So $43 will get to the next ounce. So,
oh, my cheeks hurt. Oh, too much fun. I appreciate you, brother.
I do too. That's why I torment you back.
Yeah, but again, when we're talking about this kind of stuff, folks, remember that it's just opinion, right? We're not scholars. Having the insight, having family, Tiger obviously has family members in Ukraine, so there is a much closer hit to home when you're talking about that. My wife has family members in Russia, and again, it's not one of those things where Putin's not a hero to them. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Putin's not a hero to them. So looking at who's right, who's wrong, a lot of those people think that the war is unjust. There's no reason that they should be fighting it. Now, they know it's military driven. They know it's financial driven. They understand that there are key elements that, again, that port is extremely important. And because here's a good question for you. How many naval ports does Russia have if Ukraine is gone?
It'll be all on the East Coast.
Or north? Frosty thinks he's right. I know I am. Well, let me tell you about knowing you're right. If you know you're right and you keep your mouth shut, it's indicating that you are a wise man. If you believe you're right, but you defer to the judgment of others in confirmation, it means that you were a just man. And if you know you're right, but you keep your mouth shut despite knowing the other person's wrong, it means you're married.
Yes, dear.
Yeah. I can't say that to my wife. She'll kick me in the butt.
That's okay. I'll say it to her, and I'll try to learn ventriloquism.
Cycle stacking, I agree. Nothing is impossible without God or with God. But it is also important to understand that in a lot of the decisions are made, one of the biggest problems is that it's not a factor for many people. It's not a factor. And so can he still intervene, and can he still interject his will? Absolutely. But does he? That is a theological discussion. Probably not best here, but a discussion that should be had because, again, is free will free will? And if it is, then that's a fun discussion to have. Probably not one we'll have here though. Nickel stacking, next joke. I laugh. Okay. I'll come up with some better ones. I've been on a joke kick today. Most people of Ukraine and Russia. Yeah. So again, folks, remember that people as a whole within nations don't have problems with each other.
Yep, that's true.
Okay? As a whole. Now, religious beliefs amongst people in an area, absolutely. Shiite, Sunni.
Yeah.
Right? Catholic, Muslim, Roman, Muslim, right? I mean, we start getting into religion and stuff like that. Absolutely. When you start talking about boundaries, right? You think about Gaza, Israel, Palestine. Those lines were not formed by them. The lines that they have were formed in an accord after World War I, World War II, whenever that accord occurred. I can't remember. And those lines were just drawn on a map. Like somebody went, we think this is Germany, and this is France, and this is, let's say Gaza, Israel, and what's the name of this nation? Egypt. And yeah. So like a lot of these nations, borders were shifted and moved based off of the whims of the people that were sitting in an office during that time frame. Sitting at a summit, they just said these lines are going here. They did not take into account the understanding of what the region's borders were. Those borders have been fought for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Who in the hell are we now to say this is the border? That's something that those people have fought over for thousands of years. Right. There are tribal borders, and those things have happened for a long time. So who are we to come along and say, especially in the West, right? Who this Western nation comes out and says, oh, that's where it's going to be. Who the hell are we to tell them where these things are? Because we don't take, or we didn't in certain cases, and not just we as in America, we as in the people who drew the borders, didn't take into account the local people when it was set up. They just drew the lines on the map and they said, this is their border. And they split families by putting borders up. Families who lived across the street from each other. Now, all of a sudden, they were in two different countries. Look what happened with East and West Germany, right? When the wall went up, families were split, separated for 19 years. When these things happen, they're not logically constructed. They're not forethoughts there. They're just setting a boundary. They're cutting it off. This is where it is, 29th parallel. That's where we're going to cut it off. And we inevitably cause an additional set of conflict because we put that out there. We shouldn't. That's That's self-induced, right? And so here we come hundreds of years later, and we're fighting over these things and arguing over these things. And we have kids going, oh my God, they have this. They don't even understand why that border's there, and that border was designed by people who had no more understanding of the cultural and religious and ethnic boundaries that were already there and established way before we were there. So,
welcome, Brett, to as a new member.
hey, aka Brett is a tiger cub. Oh, you know what, Tiger? That was something else we need to talk about.
Yes.
Are we going to talk about that tomorrow?
What, new levels of membership?
Yes.
We can do that tomorrow too.
Cool. Because that was something I just saw that and I was like, oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that too.
Yeah, we got kind of a couple down rabbit holes yesterday. You had things you wanted to accomplish. LLC had things he wanted to accomplish. Me too. And everything got tossed in the air. It was a tossed salad. So, but basically.
Oh, don't use that phrase. You got to know what that means.
I'm assuming you take the salad and you toss it in the air, let it come back down into the pot.
Yeah, but tossed salad means something else too. So you got to be careful using that phrase.
It has something more to do with food.
It has nothing to do with food.
Here goes Nickel with spreading rumors about gloves.
Yeah.
Again.
So be very careful with that phrase, please, my friend. With jelly.
You're gonna have to explain that to me because I'm afraid to find out what it's like in chat and maybe get embarrassed.
It is a hardcore sexual thing. So
no.
We will discuss it offline. But yeah, there are certain phrases that I will have to stop you on and say, let's let's deviate from the use of that.
Food alone. Food is nice. food is wonderful. Don't mess it up with sex.
Yeah. Yeah. So we mix salad. We don't toss them anymore. So.
Oh my goodness. I'm never going to look at a salad ever again the same way. Thanks a lot, guys.
You probably won't. Yeah. Well, Tiger is not naive, but Tiger is not informed about certain things. So,
that's the way it's always been for me. I mean, let me give you a brief example. My mother and dad lied to me as a child. I've asked where kids came from. They told me the stork, Cabbage Patch, and all the other common lies of the time. I knew that they were lying to me because it wasn't stupid, but I couldn't figure it out. So I got into the 2 sets of encyclopedias they bought. Worldcraft encyclopedias and Childcraft. Childcraft was the children's version. As a child, I could tell you all about the science of reproduction, but I couldn't tell you the initial event. And I was teased, and none of my classmates would tell me the truth because I was so afraid of girls. I was afraid to kiss them because I thought that's how they got pregnant. And yeah, I was completely freaked out. And then one day, do you remember Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom with Marlon Perkins? Maybe not. Maybe you're younger than me.
Oh, this chat just went off the rails.
Yeah, but this is great. This is a great story. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom was kind of like Animal Planet, but only for like 1 hour or 2 hours on a Sunday, and that was it. And thank you, Brown Sugar. Hi, Brown
Sugar.
I saw on the spare TV. I come into the living room and I said, "You're liars. You're all liars." They're like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "You're all liars. You've been lying to me for years." What are you talking about? I know where babies come from. How do you know? It says, I saw it on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. You're all liars.
Oh, that's funny.
They won't let me watch the show anymore.
Al, I was trying to protect Tiger. I had no designs on taking this so far off rails. But it is funny. But I got to I gotta call out. I can't stop. I can't stop laughing about this comment. It makes me funny.
What is it?
Oh my god, it's hilarious. Hold on, just a sec. He said Olive Garden stock just dropped 3%. Oh, it makes me laugh. Oh, I just laughed so hard. I don't know why I laughed so hard. It made me laugh too hard. Oh,
Hey,
but
Kraken, welcome.
that was funny. All right, yeah, let's start getting back into the let's start getting back into the stacking and the silver and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's too much fun. Oh, good Lord. I needed that. I don't think I've laughed that hard, Tiger, in a long time.
About me finding out about that?
Well, just it went. I was like, yeah, you don't want to use that. And it went so far, like just off the rails. And it went, the stories, yeah, that was awesome. Oh, that made me laugh so hard. Because it's not, it's one of those, sometimes, well, and that's Tiger and I, when we talk about stuff, it's all over the board. Right. If you
It's
see
like
my
sauce salad.
when you see streams,
You didn't hear me.
my streams are the same way, right? But silver buff god stuff. But some of the best streams are when you just kind of just generally chit chat and talk. And I love it when what's in the chat guides a stream, guides the people, because the interaction, the engagement is fun. They make Hookta. Oh,
that was a scream.
Oh my God. So here's a question that I have for you. Okay. So with this whole Hookta lady, okay. Number one, why they would allow that to happen? It's just crazy. But how does this lady interview for a job moving forward? What kind of question do you ask her after that? She comes in, it's like, so what skills do you have? How did you get your last job? How do you interview her, right? So
that's a
you look at things and you go, these guys just don't understand the importance of being able to break out of this, just do whatever you got to do, and just like think for a moment and think logically about stupid stuff. It's just, God, that's just another one that's just recently it's like, oh my God. She goes for a job. She's going to forever be known as the Hookta lady. She's all over the world. Everybody knows her. How does she interview? Like a serious interview. How does she interview for a position? Right? You're sitting there and the boss is like, I'm not going to ask her. I'm not going to ask her how she got that qualification. It's just, yeah, it's like, how do you come up with this stuff? So anyway, again, folks, think about what you say before you say it sometimes, come on.
If you think about it, yeah, that's probably going to follow her around. I mean, for goodness sakes, with the internet as it is, you can't do squat without it following you. You look back in the past, just as an example, look at Monica Lewinsky. She didn't even plan to get into the limelight. And, here you go. She couldn't get a job for all the tea in China. Bless her little heart. I feel bad for the lady. And now you got a Hookta lady. She's not even being coerced. She just does it because she wants to does it.
Well, so a lot of people, okay, here's a question for you. Do you know why we have phrases that we do? So again, when we look at where phraseology comes from, okay, Hookta is now forever going to be associated with a certain act, right? So we have created I'm serious, right? So these are how these things develop. Okay, so here's a question for you. Let's go through, we're going to do another squirrel. We're going to go down a total another rabbit hole. When you talk about carrying a lady over a threshold, if you get married, you carry the woman over a threshold. Why do you? Well, that's why I was doing this, Nickel. Why do they have that phrase? Why do you carry the woman over a threshold? Do you know the answer, Tiger?
Because she was in a dress, and the threshold usually it's kind of like a bump because it was designed to keep the outside weather out.
Close. So there was a lip. So remember, back during this time frame, we had dirt floors. And in order, people would sweep their dirt, right? Because you had to keep your floor level and fast. You didn't want rocks and stuff in there. So you kept the dirt smooth and fast. But what they would do when they built the house is they would build a 3-inch lip. And what they would do is they would cover the floor with hay or with a thrush. And what it would do is it would tamp down and it would keep the dirt from becoming muddy and whatever. So it would save you from getting dirty. So the threshold was actually made so that they could step into the house and they wouldn't be walking in like as water run through or whatever. You wouldn't be actually walking on the dirt, getting all dirty and muddy. So again, yes, they would pick up the woman and step her over this 3-inch embankment, which was on the thing, which was the threshold, which kept the thresh from actually falling out of the house. So it was actually a thing that actually kept the floor of the internal side of the house from actually spilling out the door. That is the actual threshold. So that's where they get that term, carrying somebody over the threshold. Now we still have a threshold, but it's a little bit different. But again, that's why we get this. Now, when we look at this particular Hawktaw thing, right? This has become a cultural norm thing. We're going to talk about this for a year or whatever. It'll fade away. But whenever that word is mentioned, it's going to embody a very specific thought process and reaction. Eventually, it will be associated with that particular act. So pretty soon, it's going to just become part of that, right? Just like some other things.
Hooked up.
Oh, I just got a text from Herman. He's asking me to send him some pictures of a quarter that I've asked him to look for. But again, it's amazing to think about what happens and what people do and how things affect society. And this had such a massive impact. It's amazing to think about how something so kind of silly had such just it like blew everything up. It went so viral and quite fun. Anyway, that was a fun diversion. That whole off the rails section was hilarious. That was good. I needed that good laugh.
I appreciate you appreciating it.
That was fun. Well, what else do you want to do? It's almost 10 o'clock on my end. It's almost 11 o'clock.
We've been at it for 2 hours and almost 14 minutes. You know,
I think we can go ahead and start wrapping stuff up, and let's leave some stuff on there for
tomorrow.
For tomorrow.
Okay, so that sounds good. And I think you're probably It's almost 11 here, Nickel. I'm back home. So
Tiger, give me a balance real quick. Where are we at?
Oh, hold on. High tech. 167. $167.
All right, folks.
Let me
We're
go
at
ahead.
187.
Oh, wow.
Let's get 13 more. We'll give away another ounce of silver.
Well, thank you, Frosty. You didn't have to do that.
No, I just I want you guys to know that I appreciate what you guys do. Number one, the support of both channels. I mean, you guys, I see all you guys in my stream. You're in Tiger's stream. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. We only need 13 more. I guess I could probably just wrap it up. Should I just wrap it up? No, I'm not going to wrap it up.
No, that's not fair.
I'm not going to wrap it up. I'll let them wrap it up. But and if not, we can carry this over. You both are awesome. No, Elle, you're awesome.
You've been wonderful.
Fabulous moderator. Thank you
I
so much
appreciate
for
all
all
of you. You've been so good to the channel. That's why you guys have been. The mods are going. I haven't figured out what the hell I'm going to do.
Amy, thank you so much.
Amy,
5.
thank you, honey. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That puts us at
You have a poor tiger?
I have a pour mold. I haven't successfully poured one because it's a tough mold to pour. I've got a technique that I've been thinking about that I'm planning on doing, and I'm going to call someone to help me work through the technique. Lisa, thank you. Thank you.
Lisa, you didn't have to do that.
Thank you.
Thunderbirds. Oh, wait. Silver buff. Okay. This is what I like to see. Now, there's something really cool that just happened here. Silver buff is the first super chat they've ever done. That is awesome. Thanks so much. MR with a $5 super chat, and then Christopher Smith just blew it out with 20.
Oh my goodness.
We got another ounce of silver, folks.
Yes, we do.
Let's pull these names. All right, folks, next couple minutes, let's chat it up. If you were there, chat it up. We're going to pull the names here in just a minute. Christopher Smith, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. You guys, thanks for all the support for Tiger tonight. Again, we're going to have a big show for you tomorrow. Lots of fun, lots of giveaways. We wanted to do something different. Normally, Tiger doesn't do anything with the giveaways and the super chats and stuff, but I appreciate you guys coming alongside, supporting him today. Let's do that. 10-on-1, it lands on Tiger. Well, I'll tell you what, if it lands on Tiger or it lands on me, I will match the ounce.
Wow.
Okay, so if it lands on Tiger, it lands on me, I'll match the ounce. What time tomorrow, Pacific time?
Let me double check. My recollection is.
Are you talking about my stream or his? Because my stream, it's 6:30 your time. You'll be sleeping.
According to this, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Am I reading the chat? What did I miss, Kraken? Frostbyte, I'm only here because either the y'all's or the nuns' religious. The nuns' religious reunion. Kraken, you make me laugh, brother. That's hilarious. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate that. 5 p.m. for me. Outstanding.
So let me go ahead and go over.
Yeah, let's pull these names. If you're in chat and you haven't been chatting, please do me a favor and make sure you do that. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to talk about what's been donated today while Tiger's doing this. Crafty Slacker with the Tiger Club membership. Aspiring Alchemist with a membership. Broke Stacker with a membership. Dog World threw out the first super chat for $10. I was a member for 3 months, wondered where the time went. Membered for 2 months through Amy Harold. I dropped 10. Amy dropped 5. Lisa dropped 2. Sorcerer Stan came in and just ripped us up with a $40 super chat. Brad V gifted a membership to himself. I still don't know how the hell that happened. Long Live Coins dropped a $10. Gary Huffman joined the membership. Outstanding. Bacon. What's up, JJ? I dropped another $20 super chat. 949 matched that with a $20 super sticker. Check Stacker dropped in, said 1.5 sub. Let's go. Get him there. Christopher Smith, dancing sticker for a $9.99. Long Live said, buzzing out. Gotta go. Y'all take care. Be well. Be blessed. Dog World comes back in with a $2 super sticker. Thank you, Dog World. We got Frostbyte with another $5.
Thank
Tiger
you.
dropped this. Tiger super chatted himself.
Let's see here.
I missed that. That's so funny. Anyway, Michael stacking with a $5 super chat, aka Brett became a member. I dropped another 20, and then we had a bunch of people follow suit. 5 for Amy, 2 for Lisa, 1 for Silver Buff, or 2 for Silver Buff, their first super chat, which is amazing. That's absolutely awesome. MR said, spin that wheel for $5. Christopher Smith took us over that $200 mark with that $19.99 super chat. AKA Brett dropped 2, and then Dog World and you came in to throw another $2 super chat. So, folks, thank you so much. That's a whole hell of a lot of support.
Yeah,
for
it is.
Tiger. Couple good ounces of silver. You got that wheel up. Let's go ahead and run that thing.
I want to show you what I'm fighting on. Hold on.
Remember, right click and do the.
I'm trying that. Hold on. Let me show you because okay, I highlighted it under participants. Yep. I hit the right click and I don't see it.
Control C.
Oh, that's what I'm missing.
Yep. You got to copy it first, then go to the wheel, then right click. See, folks, there's no way in hell Tiger could rig that damn wheel. It just ain't going to happen. Lisa, thank you so much. This is fun. I enjoy hanging out with Tiger, being on this stream. We always get to talk and have fun. AKA Brett, shut up and let's spin. It is always fun to come up. Talking stacking. Normally we don't talk stacking on my channel. It's more numismatics and history and kind of go through stuff. We do talk stacking. I've got a video coming up about the Zimbabwe currency dropping Wednesday. It's me. We're talking about Zimbabwe currency and the gold standard. You guys make sure you go check that out. What's up, Passion? How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Passion.
I'm doing more member requested stuff. Philip the board dropped a request, and that's going to be the next video that I'm building. It's a really cool story. And so I'm doing a lot of stories, a lot of basic information to provide kind of insight, but discussions like this where we talk all sorts of stuff and I get to just, be me and talk opinions and pull up facts and help people and just laugh and have fun. This stuff is fun for me. I enjoy this. I thrive on this kind of stuff. Plus, I help my buddy Tiger out.
Okay. So I got it on.
Open the wheel of names.
I did, but I thought you wanted me to put this on Microsoft.
Open the wheel of names.
Okay. Oh, there's the paste without formatting. I'm such a low-tech tiger.
He doesn't even see me. He's not even paying attention to the screen.
What would you do?
He has no idea what I'm doing. I'll just stop.
Okay.
You got this, Tiger. There you go.
What'd you do?
Nothing. I'm a model citizen.
I'm focused. You're lucky I'm focused.
Don't say that word in German. It sounds bad.
I don't even know it in German. Well,
Are you going to pull up the wheel?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Hold on. I'll show you what I'm doing.
So somebody do me a favor. Let's hold on. Control B, right? Bookmark this. Isn't it B? Control B, Alt B. There we go. Alt B. Bookmarks it. Okay. So I just bookmarked this area. So if anybody ever comes back and say that Tiger's rigged wheel, I'm just going to play this clip over and over again and say, how the hell?
Well, I hate saying it, but it's true.
You need help?
Nope. One of these days, I'm going to learn computers to some better degree, and I'm going to shock you all. And someone's going to have chest pain.
Clear. Oh, that hurt my shoulder. Oh.
God's getting you back for getting me all the time. And I'm getting
I tweaked my shoulder bad. Man, yesterday morning I rolled over in bed and I pushed my shoulder and it felt like somebody dumped lava on my shoulder. It was such an excruciating pain. I went to the ER and had them look at it. They're going to do MRIs to see whatever. I think I popped a tendon or something. Just totally jacked my shoulder up.
I don't think you and I showed up on this. So I just added us. Okay.
No worries. I better not be on there twice.
I'm looking.
I'm trying to.
There's me once. There's you once.
Okay. Beauty. And you put us right next to each other? You better shuffle that up. There we go. Fire it off. All right. Who's going to get it?
I love my Tiger wheel.
I hope it lands on me. No, it looks like it's going to be Rural Girl. No, Deborah Waltz. Congratulations, Deborah. Make sure you email Tiger Stacker. Tiger, please make sure you put your email in chat or one of the mods, L. Frosty, I tore my ligament tear in a bicep exercise, had surgery a couple of years ago. Yeah, I don't know what I did. If I rotate my hand outwards in the down position, like it lights up on fire. If I try to reach my hand behind my back, it lights up on fire. And when I'm laying in bed, if I try to move sideways, like if I try to push in a lateral motion, ooh-wee. So I'm not sure what I did, but yeah, kind of jacked it up pretty good. But we'll get it resolved. Pain meds are kicking in. Lidocaine is good, so can't complain.
Okay. Deborah, tell me which one
the tear
you
gone?
want. What's that?
She said I have a tear.
Oh, okay. So,
It's a tear, but yeah, anyway.
let's see here. Deborah, tell me which one you want, honey. You have a 1 onza, 2 of the poker 1 ounces. Thank you, Passion. I appreciate that. Oh, there's the second one. Aquaman.
Aquaman.
And 007 in a 1-person helicopter.
Which is actually a pretty cool round.
It is. And I do love everything British. So it's up to you now.
I feel like Jessica is ignoring me. She is, OC. She's a smart girl.
Remember,
Deborah says 007, please. That is a great choice.
Okay, hold on. Let me write that down. Deborah, please email me at thetigerstacker@gmail.com. Yeah, thetigerstacker@gmail.com. And that's off the table.
Yeah, it's Gary. It's a mess. So
Would you put it into the chat? Oh, you did. Never mind. Thank you,
yeah.
Al. So send me an email. Include your name, your address, your bank account number. Um, you know, Frosty's maiden name. So, but thank you very much. I appreciate you all coming and all the playing and all the joking and the laughter and all that. You know, and thank you for laughing at Frosty's terrible jokes.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, at work, I did a printout and it had a bunch of puns and I cut them out and I said, take one. And my boss said, what is that? And I said, well, those are my terrible puns.
Oh, that's
Anyway.
awful.
It is awful, but it is what it is. All right, folks.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All of you. See you tomorrow.
Come join me in the morning. We're going to talk Spanish reals, and I got a special guest that's going to show some stuff they found treasure hunting and some cool stuff. So if you're going to be up in the morning, come check out the stream. It'll be cool.
Hey, Mark, stay up, man, or let me know when I can call you. We got to do our little thing. So I won't say anymore, but you know what I'm talking about.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it, all of you. Good night, everyone. Frosty
Be well.
and Tiger Stacker are out.